Here's a great example of doublespeak from Tyler at Generation2434.
These are absolutely incredible times to be alive. And again, I want to remind you, this is looking like what we're looking at here happening. It's looking like a perfect storm. But I want to remind you, we don't put our faith and our hope in one date. We put our faith and our hope in Jesus Christ. He's coming. He is faithful who promised. What the Bible prophesied about thousands of years ago is coming to pass before our eyes now.
Wait a second. Think about it. He just said we don't want to put our hope and our faith and our trust in a date. And of course, he's not really giving a date, but he's certainly proclaiming something is going to happen here very shortly. And that something is a rapture. And it's going to happen because of all the stuff happening in Israel. So he says, don't put your faith and hope and trust in that. However, what we are seeing is Bible prophecy happening now before our eyes. Typical doublespeak. On the one hand, he doesn't want to be held accountable when it fails. So he says, don't put your trust in what I'm saying. Then he flips 180 and 1 second later says, however, what we are seeing is Bible prophecy. If it is Bible prophecy, as you say, then we can trust in it. Are you saying we shouldn't trust Bible prophecy? Of course he's not saying that, so then he must be saying, well, don't trust me in what I'm saying, but I'm still going to emphatically say it as if it's just true, and anyone who disagrees with me is asleep. That's at the core of the arrogance of these people, and that's at the core of their entire channel. Their channel is built on a combination of assured promises in the name of God that God is going to be working directly in human history any second. You watching my channel will see it happen. You watching my channel right now will be jettisoned to heaven without dying. And anyone who questions that is asleep, is apostate. Don't listen to them. They are talking for Satan. You run away from those people and run to my channel and listen to me. However, when I end up being wrong, which I have been dozens of times for many years now, but when I end up being wrong, don't you dare blame me for telling you that, because you should be a Berean. You should be putting your trust in Jesus. Why aren't you putting your trust in Jesus? How come you're trusting me? This is sick and twisted. And what's most awful about this, besides the fact that this is a horrible testimony of Christianity, but besides the horrible testimony, it's sick and twisted because it's using the name of God to play games, to entertain people. You know, the audience that's being told this by him and many others, I'm not picking on Tyler because most of them do this. They wouldn't exist as a channel if they didn't do it. So I'm not picking on him. Just using him as an example. You know, the audience Tyler has demands that he do this. They line up to get on the roller coaster because they're hurting or they're bored. They're tired of the grind of life like we all get. And so understandably, they're looking for some escape for a while. So every so often, or maybe every day, they'll tune in to one of these guys, expecting that the Rapture channel will tell them, you're out of here soon. Don't worry about your life. Don't even like your life. The fact that you hate your life is great because you're out of here soon. You know, they want that, so they demand it of the channel. So the channel does it obediently because they want viewers, they want attention. Some of them make money. And no one cares in this entire Rapture Club that this is all done under the guise of Christianity, of the testimony of Jesus Christ. It's all done under God's will. It's all done sometimes they call themselves ministers. None of these people care. So again, I'm just here to warn people. First of all, the Rapture channels. You know, you guys need to be aware that what you are doing is misusing the name of God at best. You have a horrible testimony for the church. You make us look like a bunch of laughing stocks. You cannot deliver on anything you're promising. Only God can. And you're speaking for God. So you need to be careful what you're saying here. So again, I'm not picking on you. I'm just telling you. I'm trying to stop you guys from doing this before you get into too much more trouble. Not to mention the fact that the longer you keep this up, the more you're going to damage the entire reputation of your view. You know, if you just think about this for a second, if you had a boss that promised you a raise soon because of the great economy and how great the company is doing, and you know, all the signs are pointing to a great 2024. So I'm going to give you a raise soon. I'm not going to give you a date. Okay, I'm not date setting here, just soon. And months pass and no raise and no mention of it. And you go to the boss and like, hey, where's the raise? I thought you said I'd be getting a raise soon. Oh no, you'll get it soon. Don't worry. Don't get discouraged. You'll be getting it soon. Okay, great. You get all pumped up again. You go home, tell the wife, hey, I'm getting a raise soon. You know, months go by, no raise. Go back to the boss again. Hey, boss. It's now been 6 months. Where's this raise you promised me? And he looks at you and he says, well, don't mock me. Okay, I never gave you a day or an hour. What do you mean, where's this raise you promised me? I told you I'd give you a raise soon. I keep my promises. Just don't mock me. Go away. You would walk away feeling abused, wouldn't you? He never gave you a day or hour, but he did promise you something soon, and he didn't give it to you. After a while, if he kept that up, you would start thinking he's a liar. You would start not trusting what he said anymore. And you might start thinking, I'm not sure there's a raise ever coming. I don't think this raise thing is true at all. So if you guys care about your doctrinal view, unless you're deliberately trying to sabotage it, which you couldn't do better than what you're doing now to sabotage your own view. But if you really care about this view sticking around for much longer, you guys better tone it down. You know, people like Tyler and Farag and Tom and all the usual suspects, they're just salivating over Israel's wars, and they're just forgetting that, you know, this has happened before. This isn't new. And they're just getting all excited. And it's like, you guys, the more you get excited and start rallying the troops around, oh, here we go, and nothing happens, the bigger the disappointment. And I'm going to tell you something. It isn't their fault. It's your fault. You're the one getting people rallied up. That's your job. Now, I know they want you to get them going, but everything gets boring after a while. You might want to think harder before you start recording your voice and your face saying things that aren't going to play well in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years. Because guess what? I'm going to keep these videos. You're going to take yours down in 20 years or 10 years when they finally have really run their course. You'll take them down. I won't. I'll play them for the next generation of Rapture watching channels to show people, look, we've said this before. This is nothing new. This is not me mocking anybody. It's not me mocking the Lord for sure. I'm not mocking his second coming. I love his second coming. I hope his second coming is today. What I'm pointing out is egregious error, and you're shooting yourself in the foot. So you should stop.